Hey guys, what's up? I have another video for you today as I continue to try and help you guys become the best possible sports bettors that you can be. And we're going to go over the top 5 best sports betting apps to use in 2024. We have a few different things we're going to rank it on, and I'll tell you guys about that in a second. We're going to get straight into it. First, guys, please do remember to go ahead and drop a like on the video and also subscribe so you guys don't miss out on any more sports betting or fantasy football content for the rest of the year. And also, like I said, please drop a like. It helps me out a lot, and I put a lot of time and effort into these videos. So please go make sure to do that. But now let's get into the rankings. So I want to go over what we are going to rank them based on. We are going to rank them based on the deposit match they give you, the promos that they run, the payouts, the lines they have, their variety of different type of categories that you can bet on and different sports and stuff like that, and then the payment process and how easy it is to navigate. So the rating system we have is we're going to do A, B, C, and D. A is great. It's perfect. Nothing's wrong with it. B is basically average. And then C is going to be right below average. And then D is going to be horrible and they need to fix it. And it's the worst part of their app. Okay. First, I just want to mention I do still love all these apps. This is in order. I do love the number 1 app way more than I love this number 5 app. However, at the end of the day, guys, the number 1 piece of advice I can give to anybody to become a good sports bettor and to make money on sports betting is to use the deposit matches that these apps give you. So all of these apps that I'm going to go over in this video have deposit matches. You guys should, at least, it doesn't have to be all at once, but over time, you guys should hop on all these apps and use the deposit matches to your advantage to make free money. A couple of these apps I have codes for to make sure you guys get the deposit matches. I'll let you guys know when I have a code for a specific app. If I don't, you guys can just look up a code and you guys can still get the deposit match. I just don't have one for you guys because I don't use that app as much, and so I don't have my own code for that app. But anyway, let's get into it. So at number 5, we have Dabble. Not a lot of people have probably heard about it, but there's basically 4 apps that are super popular to bet player props on right now. And then there's a bunch of other random ones that you just need to pick your favorite one and stick at 5. I actually do like Dabble for, being not one of the more popular ones on the App Store. So to go over the deposit match, the reason there's question marks here is because they don't give a straight up deposit match. Most of these apps just do a $100 deposit match. Dabble instead has this thing that when you first download the app, they give you $25 to bet with. You can even take that money out. You don't even have to bet with it actually. Or you do have to bet with it, but you don't have to place a deposit to get that money. It's not even a deposit match. They just give you the $25 to bet, which is cool. But then their actual deposit match, it's just this wheel. It's like this wheel game that you play, and whatever you land on, you get. But the downside to that is they base it on however much you deposit. So if I go on and I deposit $10, the wheel spin is probably going to be from anywhere from $1 to $10 I can win. If I go and deposit $1,000 on the app, I can probably win anywhere from $1 to $500, which is cool, but in a scenario where you place maybe $1,000, the first deposit you put in was $1,000 or $500 even, and you get a deposit match of $10, that kind of sucks. So it's a question mark because it's completely random. You just have to spin a wheel, but it's kind of cool, I guess. It's a little fun, but I personally like to have deposit matches where I know what kind of money I'm getting. So it's not my favorite thing about Dabble. And their promos, they get a D for their promos. They rarely have players discounted, and they don't have any recurring promotion days like a Taco Tuesday or a Flex Friday or something like that most of you guys are probably used to. So they don't have anything like that, and they don't put a lot of their players on discounts. So they get a D there. So the first 2 are not great. But then you go to their payouts. Their payouts are actually pretty good. They get a B for their payouts. It's very similar to Underdog, which you guys will see in a second, but they do basically have the best payouts that any app has. But so they're similar to that. However, their flex plays pay less than Underdog's flex plays, but they do have payouts up to 1,000x times your money, which is insane. Not a lot of apps offer that. So it actually is pretty good. But personally, it doesn't matter to me too much because how often are you really putting a bet down that's 1,000x? I mean, the odds of you hitting are basically impossible. So I don't care too much about 1,000x plays. But if you do, if you're one of those people that want to put $1 down, possibly win $1,000, by all means, go hop on this app. You guys would love doing that. But personally, it's not my thing, so I don't care too much. So they get a B for payouts. Their lines, they get a B. So at the start of, when all the apps start putting their lines up, they actually do have some of the lower lines out of all the apps, but then they do move them around pretty often and pretty quickly. So they start low, but then they start going up and down pretty quickly. So they end up getting a B there. Otherwise, if it didn't bump up and down so quickly, I probably would have given them an A. And then their variety, they have an okay variety. It's kind of just basic. It's a little bit below average just because they don't have anything that stands out. They don't have fantasy score or anything like that, at least for basketball or NFL. So it just gets a C right there, a little bit below average on the variety. The payment process, they get a B. It's pretty quick. It's not complicated to use, but it does take a few days to get back in your account when you withdraw money. So it's easy, but it takes a few days, so it gets a B there. Most of these apps you guys will see do get Bs. Number 4 is Underdog. This might surprise some of you guys. You might think this was top 2, top 3 at least. We're actually having this down at 4, and you guys will see why. Their deposit match only $100, which is normal for a lot of the apps, but not all of them. So $100 is kind of whatever. And then the promos they give. So sometimes they have players discounted. They have some player promos, but they don't have guaranteed recurring days where you have promotions. That's what we like to do. Stuff like Taco Tuesday, Flex Friday that we know is going to be there on those specific days. I like that a lot more than just randomly discounting players. So they get a C there, a little bit below average. I wish they added something like that to their app. It would really bring it up to at least a B. It could bring it up to an A depending on what they did. So I hope we see that at some point in the future. But as of right now, they only get a C for promos. And then their payouts, they actually get an A. Like I said, their payouts are very, very good at Underdog. Their 3-man entries pay 6x when most other apps pay 5x for a 3-man. And then even their flex plays on their 3, 4, and 5-mans are also very good payouts as well. The only thing I don't love about it, which could actually probably bring it down to a B with everyone else, is the fact that they don't have any crazy 1000x payouts like you guys just saw for Dabble. Like I said, that's not really my thing, so I don't care about it too much, but I know there's definitely a lot of you guys out there that do definitely care about that. So if that's you guys, then yeah, that could definitely be a strike for Underdog that could bring down that A possibly to a B for you guys. So I understand if it does, but for me, I don't care too much, so I have them at an A for payouts. Their lines, they are usually lower than Prize Picks at first, and then they don't get changed too often, but a lot of the time, slowly throughout the day, right before tip-off, they'll end up being the same lines as something like Prize Picks. So kind of just average lines right there, nothing too crazy, nothing bad, so we're just going to put them at B there. And then their variety, C, nothing crazy, maybe a little bit below average just because I want to see some cool lines that we can bet on. Underdog doesn't really have anything like that, so we just put them down at C. And then their payment process, this is probably Underdog's worst thing, and to be honest, I probably should have put it down to a D. It is definitely the worst payout method I've seen from any of these apps. I don't know how it could get much worse, so I probably should have put it down to a D, but it's at a C. They use a third-party website, or you can use PayPal. So if you have PayPal set up and you like PayPal, then it shouldn't be that bad for you guys. But the third-party website's pretty weird. Most of these apps just allow you guys to connect your bank card to the app itself, and then you could deposit and withdraw right through that card. It's super simple and easy. Underdog uses a third party, which is annoying. You have to go through them, and then that processes your payment for like 3 to 7 days. It takes a long time. It's pretty confusing. The only reason I did keep it at a C is because once you do it a couple times and you understand the other third-party website, it gets pretty easy to do, but it still takes a long time. So we have them at C right there for Underdog. And then next, coming in at 3, Prize Picks. So you guys might be shocked by this, but personally, I'm actually not a big fan of Prize Picks. It is the most popular app, and if you guys are watching this video and you're trying to get into sports betting, especially on player props, and you're trying to figure out what apps you should be betting on, and you probably have heard of Prize Picks and you thought you should get on Prize Picks, again, I'm not a big fan of Prize Picks, and you guys will see why here. Again, none of these apps are horrible. These are the top 5, at least in my opinion, top 5 best apps, but out of the top 5, they're not top 2. Okay. They have a $100 deposit match, just like every other app, right? Nothing crazy. But then their promos are actually pretty good. Okay. They do have their Flex Friday, which if you guys don't know, that is a $20, 20 or 25. They change it sometimes. protected play, which means you could put 20 or $25 down. If you lose the play, they give you back your money in promo funds, meaning you can't withdraw the money again, but you can bet the money again. And then if you win, then you can withdraw the money. So that's pretty cool. Flex Friday is good. And then they have Taco Tuesday. And Taco Tuesdays are basically throughout the day, one at a time. They just discount random players. So they might take Curry from 27 points, let's say. They might drop him down to 22 points, right? And that goes all throughout every single Tuesday. But so that's pretty cool as well. And that's pretty good. But the only problem I see is some of these apps, when a new depositor signs up, they get a free play right away. PrizePicks doesn't always have that. And then the other reason that I don't love their promos and didn't put it all the way at an A is because they have their taco plays set to where they lose a lot of the time, which is unfortunate. It's kind of been a running theme, and everyone's been talking about it lately, how they all say the tacos are spoiled and that the taco plays, if, PrizePicks thinks that Curry is going to have a bad game, they'll put him down to 22 because they think he's going to have a bad game. So they purposely make him the player they're going to discount, which is unfortunate. But at the end of the day, it's still a discount. You can't complain too much. So they're still at a B. They do a very good job with their promos over there. Just not an A yet. Payouts, B. They have pretty normal payouts, probably the most basic and normal payouts you're going to see. They have demons and goblins now, so you can do easier plays for less money, harder plays for more money now. The only problem I have with them is, especially during the NFL season, when you're trying to pair quarterbacks and wide receivers and stuff like that, they go crazy with lowering the amount you make. Even if you take a field goal kicker and a running back, something like that, to where it's going to take you about 5 minutes to figure out how those are even supposed to be correlated, the app will instantly just lower it from a 3x. They'll lower it to like a 2.5x. So that's my only issue with it. They do lower the payouts a lot if they think a play might be correlated. So that's kind of annoying. And Underdog does that too. So PrizePicks and Underdog, it gets very annoying when they do that, especially during the football season. And then their lines, we have them at a C. It's a little bit below average, and to be honest, guys, it's actually pretty far below average. I really don't like PrizePicks lines, and to be honest, I probably should have put this at a D, but I'm trying to be nice to PrizePicks. I don't want to hate on them too much, but I really don't like their lines. The reason for that is because they are the most popular app when it comes to player props now. I think everybody knows and understands that. Before, when they weren't as popular, I loved PrizePicks. Their lines were great. I loved using PrizePicks. Now that they're so popular, their lines get bumped almost instantly. As soon as I post a YouTube video talking about player props, PrizePicks lines will get bumped up or down instantly. They move them way too much. It gets super, super annoying. And then since if everyone thinks Curry's going to have a good game, every app might set him at 27.5 the night before. By the next day you wake up, PrizePicks has him at 28.5 or 29, and everyone still has him at the 27.5, just because everyone's betting on PrizePicks, so their lines get bumped super high. So I don't like using PrizePicks that much just because of their lines. I really only like using PrizePicks for their promos. But like I said at the beginning, guys, these deposit matches, and I'll get into it at the end again, they help you out a lot. So I do recommend using every app, especially for their promos. PrizePicks does have pretty good promos, so you can use their app for that. But I personally don't like their lines too much. But their variety does get a B. They have a very wide variety. It's actually very, very good. They just are missing a few things that I would like to see, like double doubles or triple doubles for the NBA. Something like that would be very fun to bet on. I love betting on it on these other apps that I'm going to talk about in a second, but they are not on PrizePicks yet. Other than that, they have a pretty good variety. So it's a B. You could probably even call that a B+. The variety is pretty good over there at PrizePicks. And then payment process, they get an A. Very quick and easy. Super simple. Like I was saying, like what Underdog should do, you connect your card right to the app, and then you could just withdraw and deposit right through the card. Takes 2 seconds. Super, super easy on PrizePicks. Number 2 is Chalkboard. Now, if you guys haven't heard about this one yet, we'll go through it right here. I really do like Chalkboard, kind of for the same reason I don't like PrizePicks, actually. But Chalkboard has a $100 deposit match. Their promos get a C. They have a decent amount of promos. Their promos, when they put them out, are good. But the only downside is they don't have a specific day like PrizePicks does for Taco Tuesday or Flex Friday or something like that. They don't have specific days, so I had to drop them down to a C for that. But they do put a lot of discounts out, and when they do put the discounts out, they do tend to hit, and they are usually pretty good discounts. So they get a C, but maybe like a C+, not too bad. And then the payouts, they get a B. There's a lot of options to choose from. You guys can do super, super easy plays for low payouts, super, super hard plays for high payouts. So it's super fun. You literally make the decision how much you get paid. So no one really can complain about chalkboard payouts because it's pretty much up to you on how you want to make the payout or form the payout. It's literally up to you depending on what plays you want to choose. So I like that and how you have the flexibility to choose it on your own. So they get a B right there. And then the lines, they get an A. They have some of the lowest out of any apps that I've seen. And then they also have adjustable lines, which is huge. If you guys don't know what that is, basically when you go on the Chalkboard app and you bet on the Chalkboard app, you could, let's say, again, same example, Curry's at 27 points for the game. If you think he's going to have a good game, but you want to play it really safe, you can go take Curry, and instead of betting him at over 27 points, you can lower his line to 24 points and make sure you hit the bet. It pays out a little less, but like I said, that's the whole payout option with Chalkboard. It pays out a little less, but it's a way safer bet. So instead of doing the normal play at Curry 27 points, Giannis 13 rebounds, you could do Giannis 10 rebounds and Curry 24 points and make it super easy. You could also do the exact opposite. And if you think Curry's going to go off and have a great game, you can say Curry's going to score over 40 points. And if he does, you get a massive payout. So it's super, super fun betting on Chalkboard with their payouts and lines. So I actually really do like that a lot. It's been really fun to use. And then their varieties, kind of middle of the road again. They have PrizePicks has more than them in certain situations, but then other situations, Chalkboard has more. So I just put both of them at a B. It's kind of up in the air. Chalkboard does have, double doubles, triple doubles, which PrizePicks doesn't have. But then I think PrizePicks has some stuff like dunks and stuff like that Chalkboard doesn't have. So they basically tie just in different ways there. And then the payment process, just like PrizePicks, they get an A right there. Super quick and easy, no problem. And then I kind of just spoiled it, but the number one app to bet on is Sleeper for player props. And in my opinion, at least, it is not very close. I'm going to tell you guys why right here. Okay. Also, real quick, I forgot to mention, I told you guys at the beginning of the video that you guys should be using these deposit matches to get your money, to get that free money. And it's the easiest way to make money sports betting. And I told you guys, if I have codes for apps, I'll let you know. So the Chalkboard, I forgot to go over it. But if you guys do want to use Chalkboard, you guys can download it and use code GHOSTLOCKS, just all caps, one word, GHOSTLOCKS right there. And you guys do get 100% deposit match, which is up to $100. So $100 deposit match if you use that one, okay? And then Sleeper, okay, back to Sleeper. They have a $500 deposit match. That is insane. Only other app I've seen do that was Underdog a while ago, like over a year ago, but they had to stop doing it because they were losing money. To be honest, I don't even know how or why Sleeper's still doing $500. I don't know how they're still not losing money doing $500 deposit matches. That is insane to me. But if you guys aren't on Sleeper already, you've never been on Sleeper, I would definitely say if you're thinking about using these deposit matches, like I keep saying, Sleeper has a $500 deposit match. So that is a massive bonus in Sleeper's favor. And then on top of that, their promos, they get an A plus 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 infinite plus. The only reason I say that is because I could not imagine another app ever coming out having more promos than Sleeper. They might tie Sleeper, but they'll never beat Sleeper because Sleeper has, I'm not kidding, Sleeper has new promos every single day. And I'm not exaggerating. It is legitimately every single day around 10 in the morning Pacific time. They drop a new promo every single day. And then they also just added their what they call Wild Card Wednesday with discounted plays, which is basically their version of Taco Tuesday. They're just doing it on Wednesday and calling it Wild Card Wednesday. And those plays actually do hit more than Taco plays do as well. So they actually give you very good discounts that do tend to hit a lot, at least a lot more than Taco plays. So I really like their Wild Card Wednesday. And then they also, to match PrizePicks, they just added their own $20 protected play, and they're doing it every Friday now. So every Friday they drop their protected play to match PrizePicks. So now their promos are better than PrizePicks because they match their Taco Tuesday and Flex Friday, and then they throw promos on every other day as well. So they get it. They are the best when it comes to promos. It's not even close. And then their payouts, very, very similar to Chalkboard. Their app in general is very similar to Chalkboard when it comes to payouts and lines. So their payouts, They just have the same options like Chalkboard. You can do, easy plays for easy money, hard plays for hard money, but more money. It's up to you if you what you want to do when it comes to the payouts. If you want a lot of money, you can do that. If you want to play it safe, you can do that as well. Completely up to you with the payouts. Again, I love that flexibility. It makes it more fun for me, a lot easier for me. And then their lines in general are the lowest I've seen. Even Chalkboard, most of the time, or at least some of the time, does have higher lines than Sleeper, not by much, but they do have higher lines. And then again, they have adjustable lines just like Chalkboard does because they wanted to match Chalkboard. And that's kind of the theme here that you guys might be seeing is they came into the game a couple months ago. In 2023, towards the end of it, they kind of came in very, very hot. And I'd say late November is really when they hit it hard and really was trying to match everybody else. They tried to go and match Underdog with their $500 deposit match. And then, like I said, Underdog got rid of that. So now they're the only $500 deposit match. And then they went and matched Prize Picks with their $20 Flex Friday protected play. And they matched the Taco Tuesday with the Wild Card Wednesday. And then they just went and matched Chalkboard with the adjustable lines. So they have basically every single app combined into one, which is awesome. And then their variety is also a B, just like Prize Picks and just like Chalkboard. They have some stuff that Chalkboard and Prize Picks might not have. But those apps might have stuff that Sleeper doesn't have. So they all are kind of right in the same area. And then their payment process, just like the last two, very quick and easy. You put your card in. I never have had any problems there, and it's super quick, no problem. So to recap, guys, this is what the grades that we gave them were, and then their total grades at the bottom. So you guys can see number one favorite app of mine is Sleeper with an A+, and then Chalkboard gets an A-, Prize Picks gets a B, Underdog gets a B-, and Dabble gets a C+. And again, guys, I just want to reiterate, if you are new to this, if you are new to player props and sports betting in general, this whole channel, all my goal is to help you guys become the best possible sports bettors that you can and give you guys all the best advice I possibly can. The number one advice that I can give to you guys, you don't have to listen to me. You don't have to listen to any other YouTubers. You don't have to listen to anyone's picks or anything like that. All you guys need to focus on if you're new to this or if you haven't done this yet is to make sure to go download and hop on all of these apps as soon as you can and get these deposit matches because it's the best advantage that you're going to get when it comes to betting on sports, and it's not even close. When you guys go on all these apps and get them, you're going to get over $1,000 in deposit matches, which is free money. It makes your life way easier betting on sports, especially when you know it's not even your money that you're betting. So again, guys, if you want to go get on Sleeper, it is code GHOST. Okay, make sure you put in code GHOST, all caps, for the $500 deposit match on Sleeper. For Chalkboard, it's Ghost Locks. It's not just Ghost, it's Ghost Locks on Chalkboard to get the $100 deposit match. And then, like I said, you guys should definitely go get these deposit matches as well. However, I don't have codes for them, so you guys can just go find another YouTuber who has codes for those. So I'm not sure what those codes would be, but it shouldn't be too hard. You guys should definitely be able to find it, no problem. These are the codes I have, though, to help you guys get those deposit matches and make sure you guys get that free money. Other than that, guys, please go ahead and like the video if you liked watching my top 5 favorite and best and most profitable sports betting apps in 2024. Go ahead and drop a comment what your favorite app is, or if you're going to try out one of these new apps, and then please go ahead and subscribe. I post free videos every single day with player props, and I'm also going to post fantasy football content for next year. So please go ahead and subscribe for that. And other than that, guys, I will catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.